Welcome to this week's video where I am going to be giving my master bedroom a refresh. I'm starting with a blank slate because we have literally done nothing in this room since we moved in 5 years ago except for put in furniture. So today I'm actually going to do something, and I'm starting here with a bedspread. This is from Bedsure. I've always loved these types of bedspreads that have just this little bit of a fringe on the top and some tufting to it. They're just so pretty and so comfortable and cozy feeling. So that's where I'm starting. Lately, I've been drawn to a really modern cottage feel with kind of like a boho meets farmhouse type style. And so that's really what I'm going after here. And I'll share some of the elements that I'm bringing into the room to create that look. So the first thing I'm starting out with is a couple of canvases. This is an old painting that I had done in my son's room years ago, and we weren't using it anymore. So I took these two canvases and screwed them together to make one big canvas, and then I'm going to add spackling to it to give it some texture. So once they're screwed together, I'll just add in the spackling in the crevice in between the canvases, and then I'm going to put it all over, just kind of smear it randomly around the canvases. I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I was just thinking I'm going to add some texture here, and it ended up working out really well. As I was doing it, I kind of thought, okay, is this going to am I going to put this in the trash can? Is this not going to work? But I ended up really liking it. So I'm going to go ahead and add that spackling now. Once the spackling was dry, I added a couple of coats of primer and then a couple of coats of just plain white paint that I had on hand. And I ended up loving the result, and it looked much better than what I was kind of fearful of. But that acted as the backdrop to a wreath. I wanted to do just a really pretty fern wreath. And so I had these fern pieces. They actually came from a bush from Walmart. I think I paid $7 for them probably 4 or 5 years ago, and they have a lot in the bush. And so that's where I got them from. And I just started randomly adding them to this grapevine wreath that I have, and you'll see how it all comes together. Had to figure out a way to hang it on this canvas, so I decided to grab this twine that I had and I just stapled it to the back, and that worked just fine. And so then I ended up putting it above the bed in our master bedroom, and I did end up having to kind of tweak some of the branches, and I ended up also adding some more faux greenery that I had in just my craft bin of different random pieces, so that just made it look a little bit fuller. side table here has some of my favorite elements to decorate with, which is a basket, a plant, and antiques. So these are all things that have been passed down to me. The willow tree figurine is not an antique, but the frame and the mason jar, and then I have an old antique book underneath all of that. So all of that just speaks to me. But the next thing I wanted to add was this pillow. My husband's great grandmother had made this, and it had seen much better days. But I really loved it. I thought it was kind of unique, and just it went with the color theme that I was going for. So I took the stitching out, and then I took out the filler, which was very matted down. And so my kids helped me with that, and they helped pull it apart and so that I could restuff the pillow. But I also cleaned the pillow itself, just the material. I just used some washing soda and some water. And let me tell you, that water was so dirty when I rinsed the pillowcase. So I'm really glad that I ended up taking it all apart and just, putting it back together and getting it cleaned up and everything. Another quick shot of the before, and then I'm going to show you the after. I think overall it turned out really great. It's just the refresh that our bedroom needed. I was able to use most all things that I already had in our home and just kind of shop my home and add them to our room. And a lot of these things I had just been keeping in storage as well, and now I can finally bring them out and use them as decor. A lot of these pieces are things that have been passed down to either my husband or to myself, so that makes it extra special as well. And I love the vintage feel. I love greenery, and of course I love blue. If you've been on my channel before, you know I love navy blue. That is my color. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.